What is good, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video, and this one I want to give you guys a very nice update on the Cybertruck, break down what the price is for it, what the headlines are saying about the Cybertruck as well, what's going on with production, what you should be watching for as time progresses. But before I break into all this information, before I get into any more details, let me just mention a couple of things. I am personally not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link, which is down below in the description. If you sign up for Moomoo, the link down below, and deposit $100 into the account, you are guaranteed 5 free stocks. If you deposit $1,000, you're guaranteed up to 15 free stocks, and the offer ends very soon. Anyways, for Tesla, I just want to mention that a very bullish catalyst for the share price is going to be a lot of the innovation and the growth that comes from the Cybertruck, in my opinion. But as of right now, the Cybertruck is not super bullish for Tesla because it's going to be a big liability. Now, that is for the time being. That's completely normal for different models like that just come out. But moving forward, I do believe that Tesla will improve on that end. So what's happening is Tesla has this new vehicle, right? The Cybertruck. They're working on their developmental phases right now, and they're going to be working on how they're going to increase volume production, and that's going to take a while. So as of right now, they're not making profits on the Cybertruck. This is very similar to what happened to the Model 3 and many of their other models. Now, with that happening, that does not mean that the Cybertruck is going to be at a loss forever. Eventually, Tesla will make a profit from it, in my opinion, based off previous experience. But for now, with the Cybertruck being a bit of a liability, there are going to be some hardships, some hurdles with production, because Tesla has to help to overcome a lot of obstacles, and that is trying to produce a lot more of them and trying to do it for, I would say, in a more like efficient manner. Because when you start scaling to the upside, they want to make each unit cost kind of like a little bit less. So we'll see how things go with that moving forward. But for now, we do have some updates. So I want to show you guys what Tesla's showing on their website right now. This is the purchase price of the Cybertruck. The RWD is about $61,000. That's just like the base price. That's available in 2025. It has a 250-mile range with 6.5 seconds to go from 0 to 60. Pretty awesome acceleration, if anything, at least for a truck. And it gets even better depending on the variant you get. But what's important to note about this is the fact that with these specs, a lot could be changed depending on the variant. And also, the Cybertruck is notorious for being I would say it's very subjective depending on who ends up buying it. Some people think it looks absolutely fantastic. Other people may think it's very ugly, and that's completely fine. But getting the all-wheel drive variant, it's very hard to get like your hands on these. It takes a while since there's so many like pre-orders, but people excuse me, people are still willing to buy them, and I think that there are a lot of benefits of getting them. So for the all-wheel drive, it's going to cost about $80,000 plus possibly a few additional fees like tax and stuff. But there could be some write-offs that do also come with this if it does qualify for others. But for now, we're just going to focus on the base price. Delivery will be in 2024. 340-mile range is what the estimate is. It has a 0 to 60 time in 4.1 seconds, which is not bad whatsoever. A top speed of 112 miles per hour, not bad. 600 horsepower is pretty incredible. 11,000 pounds is the towing capacity of this one. So I think the AWD version is actually pretty awesome, if anything. And the most strong version is going to be the Cyber Beast with delivery in 2024, a $100,000 base price, but this is different. It has a longer range of 320 miles, which is absolutely insane. A 2.6 second 0 to 60 time. That's monstrous. It's absolutely insane. 130 miles per hour top speed, 800 plus horsepower. That is incredible. It also has 11,000 pounds of towing capacity. So I think that the bottom two variants are just the best, and the Cyber Beast is a monster in itself. So that's absolutely crazy. So this is what the current prices are, but there's been a lot of talk about this bidding war that was going on for one of these Cybertrucks, $200,000 for it. No one actually paid that much. It was actually a little less than that. So that was making a lot of headlines. I just want to show you guys the original prices before talking about this article. So there has been something going on. Bidding on the 2024 Cybertruck Foundation series definitely started off strong. By the end of the first day, it crossed the $100,000 threshold, and if bidding had continued at the rate for the rest of the week, it could have actually saw the final sale price go up to about 700,000. But obviously, that's just based off how much it was growing. That's not the actual number. The flipper of the bid actually ended up slowing down a bit, and we saw the bid rise to about $133,000, and then eventually 150,000. Many people thought it was going to be selling above 200,000, but then we didn't see the next big bids appearing, and the auction ended at $158,000. So there's this auction for the Cybertruck, and that's how much it actually sold for, which is pretty insane. That is a small profit for the seller, but still not bad whatsoever. There are a lot of headlines. Instead of talking about how much it's sold for, they're focusing on how it wasn't sold for over 200,000, which is pretty funny. I was seeing this all over the news. A lot of bias does tend to come out for that. Now, on top of this, we do have some big news that came out at the Giga, Texas. 380 Cybertrucks were spotted right outside of it, which is amazing news. So Tesla's working on trying to increase volume production and trying to grow with this. And you guys can see all of them are kind of lined up very, very nicely. It showed over 380 units, which is great for Tesla. Tesla also has been working, and there are actually more pictures here. Tesla was also working on improving their overall production for the 4680 battery cells. They're producing about 1,000 Cybertrucks worth of cells every single week, and that also is going to be coming with the first batches of the Cybertruck deliveries. Good news for them, at least on that end. On top of this, there were a lot of people over there looking at the Giga Texas. Don't forget that back in November, they only had about 25 of them. Now we're seeing well over 300 of them, which is a good piece of news. And we're going to be looking to see how much they increase production. Now, one thing that's worth noting is that the Cybertruck is a work in progress. There have been a lot of talks about them having issues with their doors and things like that, which Tesla already like took into account. So yes, it's a work in progress. Tesla is improving. I'm going to be watching to see what other mechanisms they're going to be using to help increase volume production. There's been some talk about getting more engineers from China and other places and trying to kind of like resemble more techniques that have been used in Shanghai, because Shanghai is an absolute monster for production. But we'll see what happens with that. For now, I would say that this is a good piece of news because with the 4680 battery pack production coming out, and that's just continuing to grow, that is great news for them as well, with those battery cells improving. And then with that production increasing, we're going to be watching to see what else happens with this as well. So going into the future with the Cybertruck, like I said before, this is going to be a big liability for Tesla. Tesla's not going to make much money off of these. They're actually losing money, if anything. But going forward, I do believe that Tesla is going to find more and more mechanisms to bring down those costs for volume production. Once we get a lot of things fixed up, this could take a while, and then eventually Tesla will make a profit on the Cybertruck when the time is right. So I'll be watching to see how this goes for them. We're seeing a lot of production improvements in terms of volume, in terms of quantity, and also in terms of the product itself. And we'll see how things go into the future. They're doing a very, very great job at the battery cells. I heard that's been going very well for them. But for this, we'll see how things go for their mass production. We're going to get more information about this next week involving Tesla's deliveries. So that's going to be very, very vital for Tesla moving forward. With that being said, guys, I want to just say that as far as Tesla stock goes, as of right now, the share price is still within a much larger range. It is showing some life of trying to push a little higher. So we'll see how things go on Monday. I'll break down more details about this on Sunday. But for now, let me just say that for the long term growth of Tesla, the Cybertruck is still a very, very good bullish catalyst for the long term. For the short term, maybe not so much, but I'm not really too worried about that. Tesla's been dropping quite a bit, at least for the short term, if you look at the overall chart. We have this support that's trying to be held right over here, so we'll see how that goes. I'll break down more details about this, but overall, Tesla is not. It's not the end of the world for Tesla. We're on a big downtrend. If there is more downside coming, it's going to be fine. I see nothing more than just a big opportunity because you have to remember there's so many different things that are bullish for this company long term. Do not let the fundamentals kind of like disappear when you see the share price drop like this. So long term, I'm bullish on Tesla still. When it comes to FSD, the development of AI and Optimus, that's going to be a very bullish catalyst. Okay, their vehicles and sales deliveries, those are going to be massive, in my opinion, by the time we get to next year. For the short term, things are not the strongest for Tesla because of what's happening with volume production, demand in China, and all these other factors which are not the best for Tesla. Sure, Tesla has maybe more downside coming. Maybe it's going to happen again. Okay, I'm not worried. I'll be buying the dips. I'll be ready for what's about to come in the long term. I'm very, very excited for what the future holds and Tesla's next models and projects that are going to be announced very soon. All right, so thank you for listening. I'm a big Tesla bull long term, short term. I'm still looking at this trend, which is still downwards. We'll see how things go. I just want to give you guys a very quick update. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys very soon on the next one. Thank you, and peace out.